What does it mean to be triggered? The
You
term,
asking me?
no, I just
I'm
was
sorry.
reading the title.
Okay.
What does it mean to be triggered? Okay. The term trigger refers to the experience of having an emotional reaction to a disturbing topic, such as violence or the mention of suicide, in the media or or a social setting. However, there is a difference between being triggered and being uncomfortable. Ooh, wow. Feeling triggered isn't just about something rubbing you the wrong way. For someone with a history of trauma, being around anything that reminds them of a traumatic experience can make them feel like they are experiencing the trauma all over again. Some people cope with stressful events more easily than others. Consider the impact such events might have on people with mental health issues or mental illnesses. So, I don't know if I read that too fast, but from what that is saying, is that kind of your understanding?
Yeah, actually, it was a lot more than what I understood. I guess I was focused more on the uncomfortability and thinking that that was the definition of being triggered. But those are two different things from the definition for what that sounds like. I think I'm going to actually Google that because
I
I
mean,
like to have that information.
that's a good kind of topic a little bit as well because the there are issues with mental health becoming so popular of a topic or a thing because I feel like
Mm.
people use it wrong. You know what I mean? Like it's like the idea of somebody if you find out that somebody takes medication and then when they get upset or they are frustrated and you like, did you take your medication? It's like
Right.
everything isn't that. And then some people who like might be going through something that's they just upset or they're uncomfortable, like I said, they might be like, I might need some medication myself because and it's like, hold on, you go, like that's a these are two different things going on. So it says the term triggered refers to an experience of having emotional reaction to a disturbing topic in the media or a social setting. And it said feeling triggered isn't just something rubbing you the wrong way for someone with a history of trauma. That's the key part for me. It's like
Hmm.
that's the only thing that makes it triggering is it harkens back that trauma. It brings that trauma back up in that moment just by somebody mentioning something or somebody saying something or you seeing something on social media or like I said, you see people out. I made a song and I said I mentioned this moment when I was in Bethesda and I was walking down the sidewalk and I was homeless. You know what I mean? I ain't have no money, I ain't had no food. And these girls were these suburban, these rich girls were complaining about how Starbucks didn't have enough milk and didn't have this, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. It just triggered me because I'm like, what are you complaining about? Do you even know how good you got it? It's somebody right behind you right now that don't got no food, period. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was like it triggered me. It could be something that's not as violent or even suicide. You know, ain't gotta be that serious sometimes, and I can get triggered because I just come from poverty, or not poverty. I wouldn't say super poverty, but I come from such a low place that sometimes I can't see people happy. Sometimes it'll trigger me.
Hmm.
What do
Hmm.
you think about that?
Especially if I'm not happy at that moment. But yeah, what you were saying. I think because mental illness is spoken so, much now more than it was in the past that some people can even use it as an excuse,
Yeah, yeah,
to not do certain things. But I can't say you use it as an excuse. Do you better than anybody. And I think for so many years, it's such a stigma with it that people were afraid to say it. And now people are like, um, I got ADHD. I'm like, are you saying it out loud?
right.
And someone actually said that to me one time. I said, well, thank you for sharing that with me, and let me know I need to do one thing. I was trying to tell them more than one thing. Thanks for letting me know that you have that and that I need to slow down and that you need to
Mhm.
tell me, do one thing at a time. And it was a young person. So I was really surprised that they didn't even know
Open.
me,
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
were able to identify that and was able to say, wait a minute, hold up. I got ADHD. I only can do one thing at a time. Let me do this, and then I'll do the next thing you ask me. So, yeah, but like you said, the triggers don't have to be. We did say something about trauma, But
Hmm.
like you said, it don't have to be something so serious all the time. It just can be, but it said more than rub you the wrong way. I don't know. I mean, when I
It's
say when
so
something
what
rub me the
it didn't
wrong
say
way, to
is
me that seems like the same
no. It
thing
is.
as,
It said it's not just. So in
oh,
all
okay.
case, it's not always that. You see what I'm saying?
But in
So
some cases it can
in
be.
some cases, of course, and
Right.
after that, they bring up for someone with a history of trauma, being around anything that reminds them of a traumatic experience can make them feel like it's happening all over again. So that's
Right.
saying you can be triggered and not even have super, deep trauma or any trauma for that matter. But for people who do have past trauma, things that remind them of certain things can make it all come back all over again. So
Right. Right.
you can be triggered. It's not just being rubbed the wrong way. You being rubbed the wrong way is the beginning of you being triggered. But I believe there's levels to it. So let me read on. It says, let me share the screen again because this is a juicy subject. Okay, types of triggers. Triggers vary widely from person to person and can be internal or external. And that's kind of what we was just saying. Like I saw these people and I heard them, and that was the external thing that kind of brought out my. But that's an internal thing I was dealing with. So I'm gonna just read on. For example, if you're exercising and your heart starts pounding, the sensation might remind you of a time where you're running from an abusive partner, or other common internal triggers include anger, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, vulnerable, abandoned, or out of control, loneliness, muscle tension, memories tied to a traumatic event, pain, and sadness. So these are internal triggers.
Hmm.
External triggers come from the person's environment. They can be a person, it can be a person, place, or thing, or a specific situation. I'm over here adding words because my mind. It can be a person, place, or a specific situation. What may be normal or an everyday situation or a minor inconvenience for some may be triggering to someone living with mental illness.